Hello guys, and welcome to episode 11 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Chungsu on Rising Tide. And we're going to be continuing our war with the Australians in this turn. I am just going to continue to call them that, even though they are technically the Commonwealth of the Pacific. Australia will surrender the city of Rangi to Chungsu. Current peace terms. Do I not actually get to choose my peace terms? That's really strange. Why? Because surely if you fought a war but you didn't want to take a city because you would get too much unhealth, then that would just be annoying. But yeah, we're dominating at the moment with our war score. I could potentially end the war, get Rangi for free, and then go from there. Freeland would be very scared of me because of my military force, and also it would allow me to focus on my technology again, and we can get our unhealth to positive, and that way we get plus 10% science. So yeah, definitely worth it in terms of our science, but I don't know what else we'd do in the meantime with all these military units. I guess we could attack Ark again, but it's not ideal. I don't necessarily want these settlements at the moment because I want to sort out the health. And I also want Freeland. I really want this settlement. I really do. So yeah, I think we're going to continue the war for now. Just keep destroying units that the Australians make and get loads of experience and so on. Also, it looks like Ark might actually attack me anyway. So, we'll see. If that's the case, then I'll just end the war with Australia and go to war with Ark instead. So my crews are going to be taking some damage from the enemy gunners. Oh, and the missile rover. Blimey, okay. Gonna have to move that out of range. Actually, what I'm going to do is move the cruiser into Jimboomba, and then what we can do is just heal that up. Right, gonna move these units round now because I want to use them to attack these gunners and so on. So we can attack the artillery there, which is what we're going to do. Going to bring this cruiser up and around as well. And this explorer is going to try and get onto land over here and try and recruit some aliens for our cause, which is quite amusing. It's like using the resistance, but it's just aliens. So yeah. This screamer can't do anything at the moment, although we could just go take over Rangi for ourselves sooner than later, which is something that I'm maybe thinking of doing. So let's actually move this Ripper up there, and this one can go and accompany the workers for now. Right, well, next turn, get this worker on the move. I thought I already moved that one. Never mind. And Reginaldo de Alencar declared war on Arshia Kishk, which is kind of annoying because it's like two of my friends declaring war on each other. We have a Australian gunner on the water there. Mustn't forget about that, so that my settlement doesn't get taken over again. I am already calling it my settlement, which is quite funny. That worker now has 2 expedition modules, which is nice. Are we out of range to kill off this gunner? No, we're not. Okay. So let's go kill off that gunner. And we'll attack that gunner with the settlement. This Tide Hunter can move a tile and attack the artillery. We're also going to get this Tide Hunter to upgrade and move across. This cruiser can come down as well. And, well, we'll move this guy around just so that we can see if there's any military units hanging about, which it doesn't look like there is. Gonna move this Ripper up also to do the same. Didn't mean to move it in range of Rangi. Meant to move it onto this tile, but oh well. We'll sacrifice a Ripper, that's no problem. Tell that to do nothing. We have a covert operation to choose. And we're going to siphon energy because that's all we can do in Vanguard. Now I'm wondering if we can actually get higher rank than 3 for our agents. Because if not, then my trait is kind of useless. Especially once all of my agents get max rank. We siphoned 344 energy from Vanguard in the last turn, that's nice. But that's all we're going to do for this turn, other than continue to move these workers onwards. Great. So Suzanne Fielding finally liking my production rate. Oh, poor Rippers. 94 damage. Holy crap. At least I know that that's not going to get one shot by that city. It will probably get one shot by Freeland because the combat strength is so high. Let's move this Ripper out of range and heal it up. We'll get this cruiser to come towards Freeland. This Screamer... let's go have a look over here. Nope, nothing there. So we're not going to do anything with that. We'll discipline that and make it sleep until healed. And we can kill off the artillery with the Tide Hunter and the cruiser. Move this Tide Hunter a couple tiles forwards. This worker can get to work near Yagsog. And I'm also just going to automate these workers now. They should get to work pretty quickly. And Yongsan, I think we're just going to get this tidal turbine because it only takes 3 turns. Although I'm really tempted to get another military unit. Maybe start building some needle jets for when we have a carrier. Who knows? Actually, let's get the Gene Garden, just so that our health remains positive. In this settlement, I think we're going to get the tidal turbine here, or even the Gene Garden as well. Yeah, Gene Garden as well, because health is an issue. At Yagsog, we'll work on the Old Earth Relic first, as usual. And we'll make sure we attack that gunner. And that's everything. My cruiser in Jimboomba is actually healing really fast. We can also do the same with this cruiser here as well. Well, goodbye to that Ripper. Tama. Being very friendly. Let's kill off his gunner here with the use of both my Tide Hunters and the cruiser. The cruiser built in Dang Yi can head round to Freeland, and we shall establish that outpost. Utama not very happy with that. So now we're going to work on a auto plant, I think. Yep. And we'll next turn get this Screamer to move up to that Ripper. Can the Ripper attack the Cutter? No, not without taking loads of damage. What about the Screamer? The Screamer can, so we're going to do that. This Screamer can actually come out and help out. Now, does the Ripper do more damage? It does, but then if I attack the Cutter there, I leave my unit in range of Rangi, and I don't want that to happen. Make sure we attack the Gunner. And that's everything. Wow, look at that. Brazilian Destroyer. That's an upgraded cruiser, I would presume. We need to work on our affinity levels, to be honest. Because I would like upgraded cruisers. Another military unit there popping out.
A useful heuristic for determining metacognition is to ask, does this organism merely create tools, or does it create tools which create new tools?
Fabrication complete. We now get access to alloy foundries, where workable titanium is available. Torpedo battery, plus 20% city strike damage. That's actually pretty cool.
I know we can tackle this next problem, because we succeeded in tackling all the problems that came before it.
Level 4 purity reached. Nice. Right, we're going to kill off this Cutter with a combination of my Tide Hunters and the Cruiser. I might also use the Cutter there to finish that off. Or the Ripper even. We need to chase down the Cutter up here. Well, we don't need to, but I want to. I'm going to use the Cruiser in Jimbumba to attack that Gunner, and we'll finish it off with the City if we can. Okay, that's not going to be enough, but we're definitely making progress there. Killed off a lot of the land units. So now that fabrication is done, I'm not entirely sure what to do. Maybe we could get Immortals. That requires level 3 in Purity and Harmony, which we have. That would also give us access to production if we have an improved source of petroleum. Definitely nice. Mass Digester will give us extra grower. And also extra energy from tundra terrain. Is there any tundra terrain around here? I don't think we have much tundra around us, so that's not very useful. But still, organics is a nice choice. It gives us a lot of XP towards Harmony. And I do want to upgrade my units sooner than later. Let's just go to the upgrade screen here. What do I need to upgrade my cruiser? Level 7 in Purity or Harmony. So the hybrid affinity one will give up. We're probably going to go for the +1 range there, so I can bombard cities out of range of their defensive fire. Yeah, definitely. But before that, what am I going to get? Ah, definitely the Triton to get the +40% when attacking cities. Yes, indeed. So we need 7 in Harmony. I am going to go towards organics then, I think. Or I could also go towards surveillance web. Nah, let's get the organics going. I think that's the best choice. And maybe photo systems after that to get the +1 food from plantation improvements. Although are these plantations? No, they're not. Plantations are these when you work on things like fruit. So yeah, that's not actually that useful at the moment. But finishing this technology will definitely give us another level in Harmony. You can see we only need 5 XP towards the next level, and that technology will give us 7. So yeah. Right. Next turn. We'll just tell that Screamer to do nothing, and that's that. Oh, we do have a lot of cash. Definitely want to use that. Maybe to improve Yagsog quickly. Okay. So we have pending diplomatic transmissions.
Venga, volvámonos más ricos.
Science costs for branch technologies reduced by 8%. We get 15 diplomatic capital per turn. This looks good to me. Goodbye. I am actually going to go into diplomacy and
A unión hacia la
see if we can
fuerza.
change our relationship to allied. So new agreements are available and previously available agreements are more effective. Trade between factions is more effective. And also, if one faction goes to war, the other will automatically go to war. Am I sure? Yes. Accept. So that actually puts me at war with Arshia Kishk, which shouldn't be too much of a problem because she's quite far away from me. But I definitely like the idea of having an ally there in Reginaldo de Alencar. So if we browse potential agreements now, we should have a few more that we can use. The wet teams is quite nice actually. And the castle doctrine there could be useful, but this smart grid is really awesome. Gain energy per turn equal to 5% of your energy reserves. Like once we can actually afford that, I might think about getting that agreement with Reginaldo de Alencar. As for my other stuff, there's nothing else I need to do here, so we'll get rid of that. We declared war on Arshia Kishk, but also Brasilia declared war on Hitama, so that's fine. And people are liking me for this, actually. Let me see. Can I actually just peace out with her? Or does it automatically put me back to war with her?
Assalamu alaikum.
No, she won't give me white peace. Okay. So we'll ignore that for now. But everyone's liking me for declaring war on her, which is interesting. Let me check my respect with CEO Suzanne Fielding. Did she like that? Yes, yes she did. I really want this special ops, but we're going to need more respect or fear. Let me tell that to do nothing. We'll heal up that screamer. I'll move around this cruiser. Well, I can't because there is a Tide Hunter there. Let's destroy that. I'm going to try and move that cruiser into range, but I won't be able to this turn. We can kill off that gunner finally. So that's no longer going to be attacking Jimboomba. Get that cruiser to move on. Let's move this one into the settlement and sleep until healed. This Ripper can move up now. I'll begin to move these Tide Hunters back. And that's everything once again.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Cavitha wants us to move to neutral, so I'll accept that. And 80 production from an expedition. So someone was actually suggesting previously that I use my artifacts to improve the chance of me getting new artifacts, which kind of seems like a decent idea actually. So let me just have a look at this. Which combination was it? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one either. Is it this one? Yes, okay. Xenoanthropology. Artifacts are discovered 20% more often. We're going to complete that research. Then we can continue on to other expeditions and basically hopefully find more artifacts, because we haven't found any for ages. So at Gyeongsang, what are we going to build here now? A carrier, of course, because we do want to work on that. And then we're going to build some tac jets to go on it. Maybe I can buy them. I'm actually going to purchase them. Let's get the needle jet there. 730 energy that will cost me, so we can get that. Very useful. Maybe I can put them in Jimboomba, and they can help me from there. We're going to, of course, attack this Tide Hunter. We'll attack it with our own Tide Hunter. And also my cruiser. Fantastic. Jimboomba's still starving. That's just next turn for now. Oh, what I might do is buy a trade depot, although actually you can't do that. So never mind. This is annoying. Australian cutter there. Attacking Jimboomba. Nearly took that over. We're going to attack it with our settlement, and maybe we can finish it off with the cruiser. Yes, we can. Okay, that's... Thank God for that. We nearly lost Jimboomba again. Can I move this needle jet to Jimboomba? No, we can't. We'll move it to that settlement though. Let's move on. As Explorer, we can get our hands on an alien raptor bug if we get into range of that. And Jimboomba, I am going to work on an old Earth relic now. And our quest decision, do we want +4 energy from Gene Gardens or +1 health? Wow, that's a lot of energy. I think we're going to go for the energy, honestly. Upgrade that, move it into range of Freeland, and we'll start bombarding again. So we are going to attack Freeland, I think. So I'll bring these guys back down. The cruiser can heal for now, and this one can do nothing whilst I wait for my units to get into position. I don't know if I'm being too conservative, but oh well. Better safe than sorry. Let's get this expedition underway. We have a couple of progenitor ruins up here to have a look at.
I'm open to the possibilities.
I declared war on Cavatha because Brasilia went to war with them. I'm going to definitely accept this cooperation with Duncan Hughes. What's going on with my relations? Okay, maybe we can change our relationship with Suzanne Fielding. We'll do that at the next turn if we can. Shackleton was discovered. One agent siphoned energy from Citadella, nice. Another one failed from Central. Right, let's get some more energy from them. Some science from Citadella. Great. So let's change our relationship to neutral. We need 4 respect. Wow. That's annoying. One more we need. Looks like this is still catching up. Let's go find that raptor bug. There it is. Okay, this cruiser can heal for this turn. We'll keep bombarding Freeland to get some more experience. And it looks like there's another Australian gunner there. Let's see if we can get out of the war with Alpha Lala. No, we can't. But things have just seriously just blown up in this campaign all of a sudden. Oh, look at this. Wow. Brasilia is seriously, absolutely annihilating Alpha Lara at the moment. Look at that. They've nearly taken over 3 settlements there. I'm also at war with Kabatha, was it? I'm at war with Kabatha, Ashikishk, and Hutama. Yes. Right. Let's see if we can move this aircraft to Jimbumba. No, we can't. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now. Screamer can do nothing, same with that one. And we'll next turn it. I'm thinking maybe what we can do is buy attack jet or needle jet in Jimbumba. Is the raptor bug gone? It got killed. No. I wanted it. Okay, so we are going to do that anyway. Before I forget, we'll buy a needle jet in Jimbumba. It's an easy way of doing it. We are going to be in range to attack Freeland, so why not? Let's get this cruiser around now. We are going to move the Screamers into position to attack now. We can do so this turn, so I'm going to. You can continue to attack with these Tide Hunters unless cruisers do more damage. Approximate damage inflicted 13. This is the same for both of them, so I think we'll just keep the Tide Hunters in position. Unless... I'm thinking maybe we should have the cruisers here. Because... I was thinking we should have the cruisers. Because then Freeland might attack the cruisers over the Screamers. Well, it still has 1 to attack anyway, so let's just keep the Tide Hunters where they are. I can bring a cruiser round to this side actually and bombard from there. And it looks like, well, we're doing a lot of damage to Freeland. We might be able to take it over soon. Jongsang, we've made the carrier now, so we are going to work on a tidal turbine. There we go. We get this Chungsu carrier to get on the go, and we can move our needle jet from our settlement onto that carrier. That guy will do nothing. Our covert agent in Ard will steal some science, and our production here will get a xenofuel plant, maybe? Cloning plant. Let's get the cloning plant and get some more population going. But anyway, it looks like, unfortunately, that has been my time. Again, making more progress. Freeland will probably be ours in the next episode, I'm thinking, although we might have trouble fighting back any Australian ground forces because we don't have much to attack them. Yagsog's building. We will probably build a trade depot next. I might just add that to the production queue. And then we can get a trade going from Yagsog to wherever we like. But in the meantime, guys, that's all. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.